Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and the Harris-Walz campaign is in dangerous, almost unheard of territory. And now it's getting really frightening for them. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. And if you're not watching us on YouTube, please check that address in the lower right-hand corner. It's youtube.com/@explainamerica. When you get there, please hit subscribe absolutely free. It really helps us out. The Harris-Walz campaign has been in free fall for weeks. The polls are collapsing around them. Democrats are starting to wonder if they really should have abandoned President Joe Biden. And now there's a key constituency. Besides the Arab Americans who appear to really be abandoning ship on them, Black Americans in significant numbers seem to be abandoning Harris and Walz. And here's the problem with that, as the video I'm about to show you explains. If you lose, say, an extra 5% of black support, so let's say that Joe Biden had 85% of the black vote in the last election, and it was about that. And suddenly, Kamala Harris gets 80%. You're like, well, she got 80%. Losing 5% of the black vote when you rely on getting almost 100% of it is tragic for the Democrats. Why do you think they want to import new voters? Because they know they're losing hold of the black vote in particular, but other core constituencies they've had. Hispanics, Jewish Americans, Arab Americans. They're trying to bring in immigrants, and I know it was true in my family, tend to, first generation that is legally able to vote, tend to vote Democrat. And then it gets diversified as the generations go down the line. But usually new immigrants tend to vote Democrat. It's just the way it is, unless you're from a place like Cuba, where you know what socialism looks like, and so you don't vote Democrat because you know exactly what socialism sounds like. But most immigrants, my family, it was true, the first generation after the parents get here tends to be Democrat. There was few, with a couple exceptions in my family, but for the most part, it was pretty Democrat until you got to my mom, who was Democrat until she saw reality, became a Republican, and raised me Republican. That being said, the black vote is supremely important to the Democrats, and losing it in any measurable way is catastrophic for them. I want you to listen to this, because this might be what decides the election. And then let me know what you think in the comments.
With polls showing that Kamala Harris may be losing ground to Donald Trump among black men, the vice president this week unveiled a new plan aimed at shoring up support from this important voting group. Called an Opportunity Agenda for Black Men, her proposal calls for $1 million fully forgivable loans of up to $20,000 for black entrepreneurs and others to start businesses, as well as the legalization of recreational marijuana and the creation of opportunities for black Americans to succeed in the cannabis industry. So will her last-minute pitch to black men help peel them away from Donald Trump? We're back with Dan Henninger, Jason Riley, and Kyle Peterson. Jason, so let's look at the data first. How much support is Harris losing among black voters out there that you see?
Well, typically Democrats went around 85, 90% of the black vote. Under Obama, it was over 90%.
Right.
Harris is in the mid-70s. Typically, Republicans are winning around 10% of the black vote. Trump's around 20%. So this is dangerous territory for Democrats. And I wrote down some numbers because it's not just nationally a problem. It's in swing states. So in Georgia, blacks cast around 30% of the ballots. In North Carolina, it's around 20%. In Michigan, it's around 12 or 13%. Pennsylvania, it's around 10%. Those are going to be very close states. And so just losing even a little bit of this black vote could really cost the Democrats.
And to what do you attribute this shift?
Well, I think, quite simply, blacks were doing better economically under Trump than they have been doing under Biden. It's just the facts, whether you're talking about employment, whether you're talking about wages. They were just doing better. They had more money in their pockets. They had more employment opportunities. And they remember that. It wasn't that long ago. And Biden's record cannot compete with Trump's record when it comes to these matters. And so, offering black people, giveaways like subsidies in the cannabis industry. By the way, I'm going to let Kamala Harris in a little secret. Blacks are doing very well in the cannabis industry without any government support already. Okay? Just put that out there.
Dan, Barack Obama came out and said, spoke directly to black men and said,